Alright, so today we're going to make panko breaded salmon. It's going to be in a mustard sauce. So we use Dijon mustard. I think that's the best. It's pretty mild. And we have beautiful Norwegian salmon here, 4 fillet steaks. We're also going to do boiled potatoes with olive oil. And this is the panko for the salmon. Unfortunately, we didn't have any asparagus today at the market, so we went with the French beans. The French beans are very good too. So we're going to parboil the French beans, and then we're going to saute them in olive oil and garlic. So we have my mise en place here, and we're ready to go. I think the most important thing about all this is timing. So usually what I like to use is red potato or fingerling potato or a white potato, which is a little softer and waxier. This is in the United States we call this an Idaho potato. It's kind of medium to hard in toughness, so it may take a little longer to cook, so we're going to get them started first. But we have our water salted like the sea, coming to a boil. So right off the bat, we're going to put our potatoes in, hopefully for 22 minutes. But at 22 minutes, we're going to check it, and if they're fork tender or knife tender, if you can put the knife in and pull it out easily, they're ready. If not, then we'll have to let them go a little longer. So now the assembly on the salmon is going to be more simple. We're just going to take the salmon. We're going to take some mustard. We're going to coat the salmon in the mustard. Doesn't have to be a crazy amount, but you really want some flavor, and you definitely want some. Get the stick. Then we're just going to simply bread it. So bread it in the panko. It's going to be simple, right? I like panko, so maybe we'll put a little more on the top. It's a very, very nice breadcrumb, panko breadcrumb. I like it much better to Italian breadcrumbs. It's really nice. It's very simple, right? Let's do it again. Cool. Get all these done. Get all these done. Get it. On the top. Now, I have the oven set to 190 Celsius. In the United States, that would be 375. But every oven is a little different. So sometimes they're a little hotter, sometimes they're not as hot. It doesn't really matter. The best thing to do, I mean, in a professional kitchen, you would have a thermometer inside the oven to give you a real accurate reading. But here, okay, so here we got a little bit of fat still on it, so maybe I'm gonna just trim that off. I didn't see that. So just trim that. What you really want when you start with your salmon is you're gonna rinse it, but then you're gonna pat it dry with a paper towel, because you want your salmon to be dry so that the mustard and the breadcrumb will adhere to it. Otherwise, it may slip off. Potatoes are boiling away nicely. Maybe another second. Sorry, this is not great TV. Alright, we'll throw them in now. See, now it's come to a boil, so we can just put them in. So as I said, this would be a traditional firehouse meal, mainly because it's easy. It's easy, it's filling, it's cheap. Salmon fillet in the United States is not expensive at all because it's all farm salmon from Chile, so you can buy it at a reasonable price. It's probably cheaper than steak at this point, and the guys like it. And like I said, you pop it in the oven. If you have to go on a run and leave the firehouse, you can turn the oven off. No problem, you can put it back on. The worst thing in a firehouse to cook is pasta, because if you cook pasta and you put it in the water, and then you get a run right away, the pasta's ruined. You'll never be able to get that back. So something that you can just pop in the oven, turn the oven on and off is great for our job. And it's great for you guys too. So now you can come here and take a look at the beans. You'll see that they really took on this really vibrant green color. They're a lot brighter and lighter green right now. And that's a sign that the nutrition is better. Because with beans, with any kind of raw vegetable, if you cook them for a little bit, they actually give you more nutrition because the phytonutrients that protect them are becoming activated. But you really don't want to cook them for too long because then all the phytonutrients will go down the drain with the water. But you can see they're a beautiful green now. So now we've parboiled them. I'm going to dry it up a little bit. I'm going to hit it with a little bit of. One recommendation I would say about this kind of French cooking is never be afraid of high heat. High heat it's like a wok. The high heat is a good thing. You can always turn the heat down if you think it's too hot. So now we're going to dry the beans out just a little bit because we really don't want water. We want olive oil, right? So get the beans really dry. Get the pan nice and hot again. We'll just hit it with a little bit of olive oil. You want to coat the beans, you want to coat everything, right? You want everything on the surface. Nice flat surface, get them all nice and hot. Cook evenly. The garlic. You really don't want to cook the garlic too long. Actually, another interesting fact is the difference between Italian cuisine and French cuisine is Italian cuisine, they toast the garlic, they make it brown, and in French cuisine, they don't toast the garlic, they keep it more of a white color. But these French beans, I'm really going to cook more in an Italian style, so we'll make it a little bit. Put a little more olive oil. Season it, salt and pepper. If it's too hot, you want to take off the heat. Put the heat way down now. As I said, they're pretty soft to begin with, so. Looks like a lot of garlic, but we're probably going to discard most of it. It's just more for flavoring the oil and flavoring the beans, and then we'll get rid of it. In my opinion, there's maybe no better smell in the kitchen than olive oil and garlic. So now we took the potatoes off the fire, we drained them. After you drain the potatoes, you can peel them. It's much easier to peel a potato after it's cooked than to peel it with a peeler traditionally. They just kind of peel off on their own. So now they're Now they're properly drained, and I let them sit for another few minutes, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, to really get them dry. You really don't want to adhere olive oil to a wet potato. And you see the theme is you want dry fish to adhere the sauce or the mustard, and you want dry potatoes to adhere the olive oil. Otherwise, the oil and the water mix and it isn't as good. So we're just gonna, traditionally, boiled potatoes would be with butter and parsley, salt and pepper, which is delicious. But I like it with olive oil, usually, which is delicious also. It's a little different, but butter and parsley are really nice too. So I would do that. I mean, you're really gonna just toss it just like you would toss a salad with the olive oil. And the olive oil on the warm potatoes has a really nice fruity smell of olives. It really brings out the flavor of the olive oil too when you put it on warm food. So you really don't need too much, but you want them all to mix together. As I said, this is a more starchy potato. You can see it's a more starchy potato. This is a really nice potato. It's got a lot of flavor. I think it's from Hokkaido. It's really good, really fresh. But I think it would probably be better as a mashed potato. The way I do the white potato or the fingerling potato, it won't crumble as much. So here you can see the salmon's done. You can see that it's nice kind of a crispy crust. The panko's really not going to give you that brown like deep fried, because it's not deep fried, but it's still going to give you a lot of flavor. You can smell when it's done. So these are done. So we're just going to let them sit as well for a second. That's fine. So they can sit for a minute. That's no problem. The beans. The beans look great too. So now it's just a question of assembly. So the firehouse and American style or Japanese style is a different style of eating. You have many small dishes, obviously. You know better than I do. But American style is you have a protein, you have a green vegetable, and you have a starch. And the starch is usually potatoes, but it can be rice. Well, you can see, if you want to look in there, it fell apart, but you can see it's really nicely cooked. So that was 22 minutes at 190, and that was pretty accurate. So let's prepare it. We want to make it look as pretty as possible. I mean, you don't have to go crazy, but now, of course, this is a normal person portion. A fireman's portion would be twice as big. So this is just a normal, everyday human being. Firemen really aren't human beings. I don't know really what kind of animal they are, but they're a little different. So you can see I took most of the garlic out, so it's just a little bit of garlic, and we did it in the Italian style where it's a little bit brown, a little bit toasted, but it smells very good. Yeah. But as I said, you have to kind of, well, that wasn't the prettiest in the world. Every oven's different, everything's different, so you really just kind of have to keep an eye on it. But all this took less than half an hour. From beginning to end, it took about a half an hour to cook. And there you have it. Dijon mustard panko coated salmon with boiled potatoes and olive oil, salt, and pepper, and green beans sauteed in olive oil and garlic. Bon appetit.